That's the bad thing about new hats. You got to break them in. You know what I'm saying? Got to break them in, man. Anyways, it's my new ASU Sun Devil hat. If you remember, the other one was outlined in white. This one is in maroon. Yes, but it's a little boxy hat. We'll break it in. Don't worry. You'll see over time we'll break in. Anyways, I want to talk to you about the movie Pink. I just saw it. I saw it a couple days ago, and I remember when the trailer came out because a lot of folks were saying, "Oh, Professor, check out this trailer, Pink," but I was getting blocked everywhere on it for whatever reason. Yeah, who knows? I don't know necessarily why I was, but I watched the trailer and I thought, "Oh, that's kind of interesting." You know, this film they made for 230 million. I'm guessing it's going to be rupees. I'm going to guess it's rupees. Um, and it made almost 1.1 billion rupees. I mean, that's regardless of what the exchange rate is. I mean, you think about for whatever, if you take $1 and you invest it, you get six back. I mean, that's just completely amazing. This film, boy, where do I want to start with it? Maybe I'll start with an overview of film. So if you haven't seen the film and you don't want to know anything about it, because you're planning on seeing it, you don't want to have have it spoiled for you. Um, Probably you should go watch something else right now. So what we have here in this film is this interesting of these multiple worlds kind of colliding. We have the lawyer and Deepak uh, Sehgal, and let me see if I can pronounce his name. And I apologize to my Indian friends when because I butcher these names, dude. I really do. I feel terrible. I'm so sorry. They're quite different than American names, and my apologies to you. I don't mean any offense. Uh, Amitabh, Amitabh Bachchan. He was the retired lawyer in this film, and we see him, with the mask on. My guess is that's to help his respiratory, get him breathing better. He's on kind of medication. His wife is very ill. It looks like she's going to be on hospice or something. And hospice in America is kind of like you're getting ready to die. They take care of you, make sure you're comfortable, help you sleep, give you a hand. So she's very sick, very ill. And across the park, across his neighborhood, are these three girls um, who are, kind of modern. They struck me as westernized Indian women, wearing blue jeans, drinking, very much would fit into America and nobody would blink an eye at it. And they live by themselves. They're all roommates, and they go to a rock show, a rock concert. I love how things are translated differently. Because we wouldn't say rock show. Rock show. If you said that in America, people would be like, rock show. What the hell's a rock show? Like, we would call it a rock concert. But whatever. I mean, there's just very cute things like that I enjoy about the mesh point of our cultures. And they meet three guys. They know somebody. One of the girls, and I'm sorry, this is like I'm so convoluted right now. I apologize. So one of the girls, when they go to the show, she sees a friend that she went to school with, and it's like, "Hey, how are you? Let's go." And he's with these guys, and these guys are kind of well-to-do, and they say, "Hey, the show's over. What do you guys want to? You guys want to go do something? Kind of hungry. Well, let's go to the resort. We're staying at this resort. Let's go get something to eat, and we'll hang out." Well, um, the girls agree, and it's party, and it's drinking, and it's food, and they're having fun. And then the guys kind of decide that they're going to, uh, pursue these women physically, that they're going to have sex with them or try to get some kind of, sexual action going with them. And they split the girls up and they start, making their moves and whatnot. And the girls say no, no. No. And one of the boys really kind of forces himself on this girl, and she picks up a bottle and smashes him in the face with it. And he gets a big, big gouge, right? And so they take him to the hospital, and the doctor's like, "We need to call the police." And they're like, "No, no, no, don't call the police." And the girls are like, "That was crazy. We were glad to get out of it. Let's just stop it." But we have these boys just start harassing them left and right and, doing all kinds of crazy things. And it gets to the point where, they're harassing the landlord, they're showing up, they're intimidating. They're just, I was so angry watching this. Like, I just wanted to go just whoop them, like take my belt off and just go show up to wherever they are and just kick their butts, man. You bring the nunchucks out and just start nunchucking them. I was super, super mad. And these girls, their lives are falling apart by this. I have a question for you because I couldn't quite figure this out. There was one of the girls, and let me see if I have her name in here. Um, was it Andrea? Let me pull up a picture, see if that's the right one. Andrea. No, it wasn't Andrea. Andrea played Andrea. Um, maybe it was this one. Yes, it was. Falik, Kurti. Kurti's character in this film, she got fired from her job. Do you guys remember? Because they said, "Well, we're going through the merger. This came up. What is this?" And she had the sign saying, "I'll satisfy you. Call me like for a good time or whatever." What I wasn't sure of is she really a prostitute? Does she do this on the side to help pay her bills? Or was this something that the boys made up and kind of photoshopped and put out there to get her in trouble? So let me know on that. I wasn't clear on that. So these girls are enduring this really just hellish treatment from these boys. And again, the professor was ready. I was going to get my nunchucks. I was going to put on my old hat because we're going to fisticuff. I don't want to get that one messed up. So I was going to put on my old hat and just show up as co-protector and just whoop these dudes, right? Just whoop them. And we see the one girl jogging, and the boys come up and they snatch her. And I don't think did they rape her? I know they said molestation. That they were. I couldn't tell what they were doing. I mean, it still wasn't. I'm sure it wasn't comfortable, whatever it was, or proper or whatnot. So they do that to her, and the lawyer sees this when he was. You remember he sees it, and he's like, and he calls the police, and he's now kind of invested, and he's been retired, and doesn't know if he should be, but right is right. And and so then we have the court case, and we see this stuff going through, and I won't give you the full details in case you haven't seen it. You're going to want to see it, but here are my thoughts on the movie. There were several things that caught my attention on it. Number one, it really seemed to kind of talk about the tension between old India and new India. It very much had a feel of in America when we were going through like the period of civil rights, where it was okay kind of just to treat blacks poorly, people with dark skin poorly, to treat women poorly. I remember one of my first jobs out of high school was at a chemical plant, and the old guys there, I was, 19 at the time, and the old guys that are, my age now, 40-ish, we're talking about what it used to be like here, how great it was to sexually harass the secretaries. You get away with it and grab their butts and stuff, and nobody said anything. It very much had that feel to it of Pink, like India is emerging and becoming more modern and westernized, but you have this old world and new world, and there's going to be this constant tension between the two until it is completely established, I think. That's kind of the take I got on it. So that was really interesting on it. Now, the other thing that stood out to me too is the acting here, and the acting of, and again, I'm going to try to say his name again. My apologies for butchering it because because I know he's held in high regard. Is Amitabh Bachchan? Whew, his performance in this. I've seen him. I know he's in Sholay. I haven't seen Sholay yet, and I know there's like a Sholay group that's after me to watch it, and I will. I just there's so many things to get through, my friends. Um, but I seen him in Piku, and he was the dad in Piku, right? And it was a good performance, as kind of this this character that he played. He reminded me of my father-in-law. Matter of fact, the warrior queen is going back to get her dad and drive him cross country, and it reminds me of Pete. I told her this is like Piku, except your dad doesn't talk about pooping all the time or having to poop. But you're gonna have like a Piku time. Um, so I seen him as a dad in Piku, and he was good. He was good at that character. This role in Pink was completely different than Piku, completely different. And there were times when I watched his performance that I thought to myself, boy, he reminds me of Al Pacino. He reminds me of Al Pacino. He has a very good, the French say je ne sais quoi, a very good sense of silent dialogue where he's not saying anything. It's just a look as he's contemplating, and it conveys so much emotion, conviction, troubling thoughts, passion, rage, and he hasn't said a word yet. There's a certain gravity to him when he comes on stage, a certain gravity. There's a certain, you can just tell, like, you can tell when you're in the presence of greatness, right? And they don't have to say a whole lot. You can tell if somebody is gifted that way. There's a certain gravity to their presence. They don't have to announce it. They don't have to say it. They don't have to do. When I saw U2 in concert, Bono came out on stage as he was going to the stage. I could tell I was in the presence of greatness. This man is a great stage performer. Very much got that feel from him in Pink. Very much got the feel like this man is an artisan who has perfected his craft of acting, and he could do things like, I'm sure he could do a film where he just sat in a room by himself and talked, and you'd be like, I did a podcast kind of thing about the top 10 Bollywood actors, and it was based on uh, um, box office dollars. And at the time, I think I saw a movie from each person, a movie. And now I've seen multiple movies and really watching more of the classic Bollywood stuff. I think I'm going to revisit that and take it up again. But this guy in Pink, really, really good. And it gets me excited now to kind of cleanse my palate, to have a couple points of reference. I've seen him in Piku, I've seen him in Pink. Now, when I enter into the world of Sholay, to see him as a young actor, that's going to be. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to just seeing this. This is an amazing thing. He is a gifted actor. He. Would it be wrong to say now? I know SRK has a lot of fans, but would it be wrong to say that this man is a treasure of India? Do you think? I don't know if I would say SRK is. SRK is very popular. It makes a lot of successful movies, but this guy here, I think, is on another level acting wise. Irfan Khan strikes me like that too when I watch Irfan Khan stuff. Like he has multiple gears that he goes into where you're like, that's pretty good. It is pretty good stuff. So my review on Pink is this. It's an A, easy. It's an A. I thought the performances were great. I thought the girl who played Andrea was really good. It was a good story. It if you have an American friend who likes true crime stuff, the kind of crime films, this is one to recommend to them. Very, very good. Now, on an unrelated note, I just was on Netflix and I saw Rocky Handsome has just hit. So I'm going to be watching Rocky Handsome, and so is Action Jackson. I texted him and said, "Action, dude, Rocky Handsome's on," because that's his dude. He loves John Abraham, so that's pretty cool. So I'm sure we'll get together and do something on that. Hey, thank you so much for watching. I loved Pink. It was really good. I was mad. You saw my Facebook post. I was ready to throw down. These punks. Um, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check out our website. We got a lot of stuff going on there. And I thank you so much, man, for the friendship, India. Professor loves you, and he appreciates all your kind thoughts. Namaste.